It's early February here in Ohio. It's actually the last day of deer season. I recently just moved. I don't have all my stuff with me, so I decided to start scouting now. I've been out the past week and I found quite a few different buck beds, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on. Actually, in this piece, one ridge to the west of here, I found a buck bed with an old shed in it, a real nice shed. That was last Wednesday, so I'm back in the same area. I'm just going to keep going to the next couple ridges to the east and see if I can't find some more. My strategy so far has just been getting on these ridge tops and trying to find the ridges where the main trail or the people trail doesn't connect to it and where it's not obvious for a person to go hunt. Once I get on these ridges, it gets real thick with greenbrier. As you can see behind me, actually the woods gets a lot thicker than this. And I've just been finding the spots where deer are browsing that greenbrier back to maintain their trails. And so far it's just been leading me right to these beds. The beds are typically on the top third of the hill. Actually, in this area, they're a lot higher up on the hill, almost on the top. So I'm going to take the elevation line from where I found that bed last Wednesday and try to apply that to these next couple ridges, see if I can't find some more beds. And I might drop down in the hollow later and see if I can't find some sheds. Well, I've been working my way around this point where I found the buck bed, pretty much directly across the hill from here. There's a lot of deer in this area. Basically what I'm doing is I'm working around, we'll call it the peak. All four sides of the peak have different age woods. This right here is the most mature woods. Obviously it's really open. I went through two different cuts and then a cut from the 80s, and the deer are definitely bedding in the cut that's probably 3 or 4 years old. Jumped 4 or 5 does out of that one, and I just jumped the buck. I jumped 4 or 5 does out of that cut, and then as soon as I stepped into this open woods, a deer went right up through the saddle, stood on top, didn't have any antlers, but I'm definitely going to go up, try to find where that deer is bedded, see if I can't find a shed or something. All around the top of this hill, I've been seeing most of the doe sign right on the bench, and that's what's kind of nice about this. You don't get very many benches around here. There's actually a bench that wraps all the way around the hill, and I've just been working on that. There's tons of deer tracks on it. I think the the neighbor down below the hill has a food plot or something down there, and it's definitely holding deer in here right now. I'm going to work my way down this point here and then try to come back up and see where that deer was bedded, and then just keep working my way right back around the hill. And as of now, I'll be on the leeward side for a west wind. I'm expecting to find a lot more sign up here high. This is the first real definite bed I found. It's pretty beat down, but it's pretty old. There's browse, greenbrier going out that way, going out this way. And then right over my shoulder I can watch and see the open woods behind. There's no 2 or 3 year old log road that comes right back through there. And there's a lot of oaks right up on top. This deer could slip out either way here, and I'd say they're pretty far back here, about 3 miles back now. Well, I just got to this spot on the map where I'd put a pin where I thought there'd be a buck bed. I got here and found exactly what I expected. All the signs are pretty old though, and I haven't seen a single rub from this year. I'm seeing droppings in here, but there's quite a few of them, so I don't know if maybe a small buck bedded here or some does bedded here. Either way, I'm going to mark it, work my way back up to the main ridge, and then try the next couple ridges. One idea I've got, looks like the sign's at least 2 years old. There's a recent harvest on the hillside right across the ditch, so possibly there could be a better bedding opportunity over there. That's my next place I'm going to check out, and we'll see what we can find.